Well, actually, I think if you start to look at hygiene related to the types of attacks you're having before you have the attack, it's doing exactly what you're saying. So what we do with our Watchtower methodology is that we look at the hygiene when we're doing the threat analysis. So if a threat analyst comes up with the TTP and IOC that you're going to put a signature in your IDS and say, I want to look for this kind of malware, this type of attack. At the same time, they should be looking for the CVE that's related to that TTP or IOC so that they can see how vulnerable the system is to that type of attack. So it's that same thing, not just patching for the sake of patching, but let's patch the kinds of things that you are vulnerable to and reduce your risk. Often we do the patching after we've detected it's already happened. So starting that remediation earlier in the process is a good piece of it.
Eva, have you noticed? Yeah.
That relates, that's why the health analogy is so great, because when it comes to our physical health, often we don't do anything about that until it becomes a problem, right? Okay, oops, one too many cheeseburgers and the scale's too high. I think I need to address that. And that is very common with identity hygiene. Victims of identity theft will put those practices in place. What we need to do, I think, is unite all the stakeholders, and I really think that the consumers and victims are underutilized by industry and government as kind of evangelists for better cybersecurity and for better processes. Let's communicate a little bit more to them, industry and business. Tell your customers how they can help you in this effort. Are there little things that they can do? I think they will embrace it. I think about the things like the two-factor authentication, and every time they sign in from a new device, how much more tricky it makes for organizations to actually verify that that is their customer. Are there things they can do as simple as, well, when you're going to do your online banking, only do it from one device? I know that's oversimplifying it, but I'm talking about those types of things. That is a component of that good identity hygiene, and getting people to practice those things. As you said, there's no silver bullet, there's no panacea, it's not one thing. Just like taking care of your health. You don't go into your doctor and go, what's the one thing I need to do to take care of my health? Brush your teeth. All right, I'm gonna do that once. Now it's done. I never have to think about this again. That's just not the world we live in. And so as we continue to educate our consumers and tell them this is part of the world we live in and your life, and here are some of the things that you can do on a regular basis. Again, you know, the multi-factor authentication. I heard, we've talked about what those different steps are, and I think we just need to continue to educate folks on what they can do to be part of the solution instead of the weakest link and part of the problem.